Good morning. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Swifty is just getting some tea, so I'm just gonna start. Oh, my voice is all. How are you? Let me just go tell. Ah, thanks, Danny. You had to resub. How come?
Oh, sorry, they're very milky.
Thank you. That doesn't bode well, does it?
What?
They had to resub because their new YouTube account, because it's a new YouTube account, because their old one got banned.
Oh no, how come it got banned?
Was there a reason given? Okay. I'll also start up some music.
I'm assuming you're not screen sharing me.
No, not yet.
Good, good. I had some stuff on my screen that I would not be allowed to share with people.
Gotcha. Ooh, Final Fantasy Complete Piano Collection. Let's go for that.
Ooh. Sorry guys, I have toast again.
Apparently I'm 47 minutes into that already somehow. But...
So no clue why. Okay, I have stuff on my screen you can see now, so I'll call you. Is that okay?
Call me anything you like.
It might change the volume of your music.
That's okay.
Good morning, dude. We're doing good, thank you. I have toast again. How are you doing? What?
You ready for a dual streaming? Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
How did I saw that you had beans on toast? How was it? Hello, unknown.
Hey, unknown. It was very British.
It's also very delicious. I finished my toast. Thank you guys for being patient while I was eating.
Oh yeah, we waited on you.
But I always feel bad when I start a stream and I'm just like not actually doing anything on screen, just eating.
Just hang on a second.
Yeah, just let me scarf this down my face and then we'll get started. I wonder why they call it scarfing something.
Scarfing. Well, I guess
They were good, yes!
the word scarf, you know, you associate with light and with clothing, and that goes around your neck. So maybe it's something to do with
The neck,
your neck.
maybe.
You scarfed it down your neck. Maybe it's you. Like if you ate it so fast, it went like
It made
in your
neck.
mouth, but it went down your neck as well. Like
That's,
you didn't quite get everything in your mouth because you scarfed it.
that's somewhat weird. But okay. And hello, Aline! How are you doing? How are you doing? Get to the next keyframe. Where are you next keyframe? I did say scarves SB. I was wondering why eating something is known as scarfing something down. What it has to do with scarves. Why English? Why? Oh no, Liam, why didn't you sleep much? I'm glad that you could, Liam. Get that sleep. Sleeping early. Get that
I'm really
sleep.
thankful for the tea, India. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But of course, anytime.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, go at nap if you need to, Liam. Yeah, beautiful moon. Dylan, a beautiful moon is a good thing. We have no moon at the minute. Just clouds. Hey you. The cat's run into the room.
I realise I have not seen where Okay, the webcam is off. It's cool.
If you want to show us your expressions, you could totally show us your expressions, Liam. Just saying. She ran away. I think she's pretty hyper this morning.
Ah.
You'll have a great time, Dylan, don't worry. You make tons of new friends. Some of the best friends of your life.
Yeah, some that might stick with you. Some that won't. It's funny, in the town I grew up in, there were 2 primary schools. And there was almost a rivalry between them, where, like, for sports competitions and stuff, like, there would be competitions between the 2 schools.
Yeah.
And there'd be a general prejudice against one another. And then when you reached high school, there was 1 high school, and therefore everyone from each year had to just boom into 1 year.
I see.
It's stupid.
That's pretty funny. So everyone who was previously like, we had to beat you, and I'm like, oh, we have to be on the same team.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I can totally see you fighting over the thing, Aline. Just getting in there with your piece of lead piping and your back to front cap.
Dylan, do you speak Irish and Italian as well then?
We're living in Ireland at the minute, but we do not speak Irish. So I have a rival called my twin sister. We're twins, so we must also be each other's rivals.
That's the law of the jungle.
It is the way it works. Whoa, Westby, that's scary.
Jeez. Yeah, Hardic was a language. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually called Irish. Gaelic is something different. This is something I learned when I came to Ireland. Because I think a lot of people assume Irish is Gaelic, but it's not.
Let's clarify this.
Yeah, let's double check. Google will know.
So the Irish language, it's in the Irish language it's spelled Gaeilge, but it's also referred to as Gaelic, or the Irish Gaelic language.
It is a Gaelic language.
Unless it's Gaelic. I need to get the pronunciation of this because there's Scots as well. There's Scottish Gaelic or Gaelic. I've always mixed them up.
Wow. All the Irish people I know call it Irish. That's all I know. So if it's a Gaelic language, does that mean that there are multiple languages?
The Irish language is sometimes referred to as Gaeilge, but it's not Gaelic. Gaelic is the name of the Irish language in Irish. Gaeilge, and like its Gaelic cousin, both are Indo-European languages, but Irish is actually a language unto its own. The term Gaelic as a language applies only to the language of Scotland. If you're not in Ireland, it's permissible to refer to the language as Irish Gaelic to differentiate from Scottish Gaelic. But when you're on the Emerald Isle, simply refer to the language as either Irish or its native name, Gaeilge. There you go.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone Irish call it Gaelic.
Yeah.
Wow, Dylan. That's amazing. Your dad's 100% Irish, and he spoke 100% Irish. My mom's 100% Italian, she speaks 100% Italian. I'm assuming they can speak to each other though as well. So they must both speak both. That's pretty amazing. Or at least understand both. Dylan's the alpha twin because he's 4 seconds older. Nice.
So do your parents also both speak English?
Oh man, no, your flight got delayed! As long as your Cintiq is okay though. Speed says, one of the bomb threats was during my honour class's kickball picnic time. Which sounds like a delightful time. I just want to say, the kickball picnic time. So the news helicopter was recording students evacuating to a football stadium and a bunch of kids playing kickball. I'm sure that helped look very panicked to everyone from the outside.
They're not taking this bomb threat seriously. What bomb threat? I quite like how this brush gives a sense of motion.
Oh, they both speak English as well. It means it. It explains it.
Always with the percents.
Now they're 300% language speakers. Oh, that's awesome. If your aunt speaks Spanish, I'm sure she'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to learn Spanish in high school, but there weren't enough people for the class, so I had to learn French instead. Which is always a shame, but I mean, French is awesome. Spanish just seemed like, I don't know, there's something about the language that I really like.
What is it about Spanish you like?
I don't know, something about... It feels so fun and warm as a language. I don't know why that is.
I think there's quite a bit of Spanish speaking in Texas.
Oh,
so
really?
You'd be able to practice there, yeah. I would have thought so.
Practice? I never learned.
Wow. It's often best to learn a language when you're surrounded by and need to use it than it is otherwise.
That's true. Hardwick's calling me out. Learning French is always a shame. Didn't mean it like that.
Just waiting for Ali to chime in on that and like agree with you or something.
Hardwick and SB are suggesting Duolingo and Lingo Dear. Catch that Lingo Dear! Dylan, you're going to know so many languages by the end. So many languages. I'm very sorry to hear about your dad too. I'm sure if you wanted to learn the language, there would be resources for you. I think this French is way too much trouble for its use. So is English. Our language is weird.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by people who don't speak it natively and then pick it up either when they come over here to find work or when they just move over for other reasons. And they pick it up in like a year or two. I'm like, how did you do that? We have so many stupid words that mean 7 different things in different contexts.
Yeah. Like, how do you parse that?
Yeah, and so many phrases that don't make any sense. You see, you think it's simple. I think it's complicated and I have to speak it. Yeah, Dylan, we'd like to learn a different language as well. I think Mike started learning Icelandic.
Wow, yeah, I tried one of those websites and I got a little bit into it.
We tried to learn a little bit of Japanese when we went there, but honestly, not enough.
Itadakimasu.
You're welcome, Hardwick. You are really good speaking English. Like, I can't tell you're not English. You speak it so fluently.
I wonder, has your use of English, do you feel like it's improved in the year that we've known you? Because you had to like read and use it so often now.
Who's this to?
Hardwick.
Ah. I'm sure that Hardwick already had to use it a lot though, right?
Probably.
We haven't ever heard you speak it. But there's a lot of people who we haven't ever heard speak English before.
Yeah, true.
Who we only read.
Hardy says yeah.
That's awesome. It's even harder because when you're in a field like animation, it's got its own language that a lot of other people don't know unless they're animators. Like, if you say tween to anyone else, they'll probably just think you mean someone who's almost a teenager, but not quite.
A tween is someone in their 20s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand how normal people use the word tween at all, because I only use it for one thing.
To get tween things.
Gotta tween that motion. Or not, as the case may be.
Gotta tween, not twin, gotta tween, not tween.
I think I should draw Aaron over himself again. Because I like the storyboard pose. I'm making a worse storyboard pose.
You need to get Aaron over himself.
I do. Yeah. I'm trying to draw it fresh, and I've got a perfectly good pose that I quite like. Yeah, I think that's totally a part of it. Like learning how to respond to people. Like learning how to joke around, basically. Although I remember you were always pretty good at that.
Yeah, I've always found Tarek's sense of humour pretty on point.
Yeah, me too.
You know when some people just have like a strong voice in your head after having like read what they type for so long?
Yeah.
Like it's not an actual voice, but you can hear it.
Yeah. No, Hardik, you've always been awesome. You've always possessed this trait of awesome. All the time. All the time. To get Aaron's moustache in. Come on, Aaron's moustache, play ball. Do you have any dreams, by the way, Mike?
I feel like I did, yeah. There was like a whole bunch going on in my head last night. I think it was like a mix mash of like the Lost in Space series that I've been watching and just there was something. You had a whole website of your art that you just hadn't like posted anywhere that people could see it.
Me?
Yeah, you've done all these kind of like fan art, like creature paintings of like Pokemon, and they were like.
That doesn't sound like me.
They were like beautifully illustrated, like they were on magic cards or something. But they had a kind of animated feel and color palette to them. They were awesome. You should make those.
Well, I don't know how they looked. Because you dreamed them, I guess you have to be the one to make them.
Hey, Space Dad.
Dad. Trying to get this frame right. It's so fiddly, guys. Why? Why is it so fiddly? SB, there's still time. Still time for you to see some dream creatures.
Hardik, if I knew how to get it done like that design, I'd be more than happy to try and like polish up the drawing and make it available.
Have you tried looking into it?
Not not really into it yet, no.
Because I know that there are such things as wraparound designs on t-shirts that you can get done.
Is that... Okay, wraparound designs.
If you made that t-shirt, Mike, I would buy and wear that t-shirt.
Would you?
Yes.
How do you create circular wraparound designs on t-shirts?
Space Dad, ready for what?
To animate. Feels ready to start animating again.
Okay. I won't chide you about the fact that you have to start even when you're not ready. I'd always wait till you're ready with art. Because there's always more to learn. But that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. Hardik says, I've already started dreaming about people staring at my t-shirt being like, gasp, naked lady, what a perv! And me being savage and owning it like a boss. Heck yes! Can I also stand next to you and do that too? And wear shades? Just a group of us.
Sure.
Oh, so cool.
I could make a safer work version. She's just wearing shorts.
Nah. Nah. Hardik be savage, don't care what the public says. Hashtag go Hardik. Naked lady army. A bad naked lady army would be terrifying.
Yeah, it would.
You can't tell what they're thinking through those bare heads.
Yeah, you can. You can get expression in a bare face.
I believe you. What if the expression was we're going to murder you?
I think it'd be very clear.
Oh. Yes, so I think it's just like, if it's animation you want to do, then you should definitely work that into your practice.
I think if you're looking for feedback on what you're doing, try framing it in a question. Like, I'm trying to do this, what do you think of this aspect of these drawings or something? And then it might help. Give people a frame of reference for what you're looking for help with. But in the same way, if you're animating, then you're going to get feedback on the animation. That sentence just kind of ended. I meant, like, if you put animation into the feedback channel, someone is likely to give you feedback on it.
Old feedback channel. Yay, there we go. I have the face more or less in, apart from the hair, which I've pooched up, but never mind.
I never quite get the leg connected to the hips, right?
The what? The leg's attached to the hips?
Yeah.
How so?
I just never feel like I get the connection solidly, so I'm gonna try and get it.
Get it? Maybe use some reference.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Ah yeah, 4th of July fireworks. That must be fun. Especially when you're trying to sleep. Don't worry. So I said your problems will come out, I think, when you start doing the animation. It'll help you see the gaps that you still have to fill with your figure drawing. Figure out how to do certain things. Oops. Did a bad line. It is nice and smooth, so I'll keep it.
And I found a picture that was kind of the right angle and everything.
But it's got no legs.
But it's got no legs.
Whoa, I did not know that Eileen said she was going to animate something soon. Eileen, is this true? Ah, Dylan, you wouldn't need a better computer to animate. You can animate without a computer. This I guarantee you. Do not let the hardware limit you. You can just use paper and pencils. Like the old pros used to. Just get yourself a sketchbook or a stack of paper, hold it together, and go through those drawings one by one.
What was that website that Eileen recommended? I keep forgetting it. Is it like Pose Space or something?
Maybe?
It's Totes Pose Space. Yay!
How? Let me show you in the form of illustrations. So just get yourself either a sketchbook or just a stack of paper like this and a pencil. These are your tools of the trade. This can be like just printer paper. If only my thing was working properly. It can be post-it notes are very good for this. And it helps if you draw small too, because you can be faster about it. Boop, 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 boop. Or it can be like a notebook or a sketchbook. Oh. Then you simply draw your first frame. This is the first frame. And then once you've done the first frame, you put a new sheet of paper over it. Like this. Bear with me one sec. Trying to fill this piece of paper in. It's deciding it doesn't want to play ball. Oh, I know why. Okay, one sec. You get another piece of paper like this. And you pop it over the top. To do your second frame. This is meant to be filled. Come on, Toon Boom. This is why you don't need software, by the way. Because it hardly ever works! How is this not filling? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Okay, just do a rectangle. There we go. Okay, so imagine this is your second page. I'm sorry it took so long to get here, my computer is being a bit annoying. You put it over the top to do your second drawing. And then you keep flipping by raising the paper up. Generally what you'll do is you'll hold it here, and then flip the paper up. Like this. And as you draw on the top side of it, you flip to see the drawing underneath to see how the motion's coming. And then you just keep doing that with more and more paper. So you draw your frame, you put a new piece of paper on top of that, draw the next frame, put a new piece of paper on top of that, draw the next frame, and just keep going and keep flipping the piece of paper you're working on up so you can see the drawing underneath and see how the motion's coming. And then once you have all of them, you either scan them in, or you take pictures on your phone, or you use a webcam to get them onto your computer, and you assemble it. There's a free program called Monkey Jam, which will put them all together for you. Alternatively, you can do what I do, which is I work in a sketchbook, like a little sketchbook that I can flip because it's A5 and it's got a soft cover. And I literally just flip it in front of a camera and record it flipping, and then you can see it moving. Sorry that took so long.
No, it was good though.
But then you can practice your animation anytime, anywhere you are. If you're ever at a party and you're bored, or you have to wait for something and you've got nothing to do, or if you just want to start an animation without needing software, then that's how Eric Goldberg started. And Eric Goldberg is one of the best animators in the world. Dylan, you're definitely worthy. Everyone is worthy of animation, if that's what we're talking about.
I think SB said something about being worthy.
Gotcha. You have to get yourself a new sketchbook, Dylan, or maybe some post-it notes. Post-it notes are great because they flip really easily. And the flipping's one of the most important parts of it. Remember always to check your previous drawing.
Okay, I think I found a reference that I could use, although they sort of have their leg raised, which isn't entirely what I was going for.
Doig is with damn worthy of SB's apples. I think so. Suppose it depends. If they're SB's apples, SB got to decide. The Space Dad has given some good recommendations. If you do want to draw on the computer, Dylan, then I definitely recommend a drawing tablet.
Yeah, it'll be better than usual mouse interface.
Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of free animation software that you can use. That's very good. That's true. Just basically highlight that and put it into Google. What I have, which is probably super cheap now, is called a bamboo fun. And that's really good. I'll pop it in the chat. It's a bit easy to remember. And that's very good. It's very old now, but I've used it for years and it's still great. But yeah, don't let the hardware or the software limit you. There's always a way to practice. And indeed, some of the ways to practice where you aren't using a computer can teach you the basics faster. Because you're not struggling against the software to learn it. And you also have to find a way to cope with the mistakes that you make.
Yeah.
So it's always good practice.
Plus, if you do it on paper, you get a feel for drawing a lot more. Like it takes a bunch of time to work up to drawing with a tablet.
Yeah. It does take a couple of weeks to learn. Like it took me 2 weeks just to get the hang of using it.
Yeah.
I've always found the Bamboo Fun to be a fantastic tablet though. I've actually done a lot of professional work with it. I never had any problems. But then again, I've never had, I guess, what you'd consider a pro tablet. I had the Wacom Intuos and I actually preferred the Bamboo Fun.
Ooh. Which Intuos did you have?
It's one just like yours, except it's like A4. It's Intuos 3, I think.
I remember it. Where did that go?
I'm not sure. I just didn't enjoy using it as much as the fun.
I feel like you maybe gave that to your parents to take when you got the Cintiq.
Yeah, maybe I did. Why has it got a tie now? I got distracted and gave him a tie. Oh, because the person I was drawing yesterday had a tie.
They always have a bow tie.
Yes, they have a bow tie. I know this. Okay, yes, Space said that is the best advice. Buy a copy of the book The Animated Survival Kit by Richard Williams. It's the best book for beginning animators. That I know of anyway.
It's comprehensive and covers a lot of the groundwork that you'll need to follow along with.
Yeah, it just covers everything and it does it in an understandable way. I don't think Dylan is in the Discord, so I'll have to find another way to share links.
You could get or receive his email.
That's true. I'm sorry if you can hear the construction workers outside, by the way. It sounds like someone's mowing their lawn or something.
I can't really hear it, but then I've got headphones on.
Ah, that's cool. Oh, thanks, Space Dad. What's everyone else up to, by the way? Ah, SB, I knew what you meant, don't worry.
I'm deciding whether or not I'll make this an actual female head or a bear head. I'm not sure yet.
It looks like you're going bear.
It was a mix, yeah.
Maybe she's a werebear.
Maybe so. Ooh, Hardy is cleaning up a sexy dance.
Ooh. You're animating a lot of sexy dances at the minute. Hardic. It's like it's sexy dance week. Oh, cool! SB just sketched out 2 members of the band Gorillaz as Funko Pops. That's a good idea to have them as Funko Pops. Are there Funko Pops of them already? Because it feels like that would be a good thing for the company to do. I decided that I wanted to find one of those amazing dance videos where the choreography is super fast and it's like street dancing.
Yeah.
The one that I love watching. Find one with 3 people, and then I want to animate the Evangelions doing it.
Like
the other units.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want the background to be like the Tokyo skyline, and then I want one of them to get attacked by an angel halfway through the dance, and the other 2 to keep dancing.
And it's like bending it off.
Yeah.
And stuff.
These are what
Life
I imagine
goals.
being able to animate one day when I have the time to put into it.
I love that, and there's not even really any audio
of
the attack. It's just the music.
Yeah, just the music.
So you could have like a really big like flash on the horizon or something, like, and then the angel appear. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it'd be so cool. I see if I could find a "Fly Me to the Moon" remix.
Oh, that would be great. Fly me to the moon. Yes.
Oh no, Aline, I wasn't saying anything constructive. I was just lamenting the fact that I can't put more work on my plate. Apples are the currency in the chat now. No apples, no problems. Tibbs, that's actually a really good way to look at it. Tibbs says, when I have the time. Crazy thing about time, you never actually gain more of it.
That's very true.
It's true. Oh, it would be so fun to do. You know, along with the other millions of fun projects I also have that I want to do. Sometimes just having so many projects discourages me from starting anything. Because...
Good.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
No, it's fine.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
It's fine. Just like, why this one when I should be doing these millions of other things I started? And then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do anything. Maybe I should just work.
Good idea. I think you just need to finish your current projects faster.
Okay.
Like,
Yes, Dylan, animated survival kit, and also good night night. Have a good sleep. Sorry, Mike. I was saying goodbye.
I was going to say something unconstructive, so don't worry.
No, you can say it.
No, I was going to say...
Just work faster, right?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll try and work faster.
No, like, you're working at a great pace.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not, I'm so slow.
The things you're working on take time.
Don't take time for other people. What?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. It's Friday already. What happened? What happened? I do energize myself with Sonic Energy drinks, that's true. That's a 100% truth. Space Dad, we could do that. We'd like to do some more like learning streams where we're all drawing together or something. I don't know how to draw this foot. I'm gonna draw it.
I was pretty much animating bouncing balls for the animation I was doing.
That's true. How's that coming, by the way?
Oh, that animation?
Yeah.
I think it's close to being done.
That's awesome. So I'll be able to send it off to Solvable soon.
Yeah.
Because I guess the more time we have it up on the site, the more likely people are to see it.
Yeah. That's usually how that works.
Yes. It just means if we put it up like a month before September, less people are going to see it than would otherwise.
Yes, this is a statement of fact.
And we spend a lot of money on it.
It's done. You just need to put the font and stuff on it and get your approval on the colorness of it.
Did you make her fade less into the background?
No,
Did you just ignore me again?
I'm just not done that part yet.
Are you not ever going to do it? Take that as a no, I'm never going to do it.
I'm never going to do it.
Because even though I know you're right, it would take me time to do, and I'm not exactly sure how to do it in actual fact, so...
I would give her an outline. Give her a stroke.
Don't stroke my midge. God, that sounds so bad.
Yeah, I just thought...
This is meant to be kids friendly.
I just thought that my response to that was going to be, she's not your midge, she's mine. Because I drew her. But that's even worse.
Yeah, let's just not say that anymore. Tips, thank you. I'm sorry that you have to make me feel better because I'm busy being a disaster and flailing around. I spend a surprising amount of my time flailing around. Mike can attest.
She flails, it's true.
Flail. I've made his leg too short. I'm just going to move him over to where he's actually going to be, and I'll look at the legs that I did previously.
Hey, Savio.
Hey Savio, good morning. How are you doing? So maybe this arrow is too big. I need to scale him down. Okay. Yeah, okay, I see the problems. I see the problems. They are in front of me now. I see the problems. I'm going to fix them somehow. So his hands are awful and aren't expressing what I want them to express, so I changed them.
Tibbs is telling you to shut up.
Aw, Tibbs. You told me. And also, you're really nice. Thank you. I will try not to be down. I'm just gonna push forward and try and make this the coolest thing. And if I find the time, sometime in the future, it's under a rug or something, then I can do my Evangelion dance. It's like you're trying to trap Hardick, SB. Okay, now let's fix those legs. Actually, first of all, we should probably fix everything else. Like, where he is in frame. Needs to probably be pretty close to where his body actually is in frame.
It's just an apology spelled an apple.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm sorry, I thought that you were trying to lay a trap for him. If you ever did want to lay a trap for him, that would probably be the way.
Yeah, he often hides in there.
It's true.
Just put a lid on.
Yeah, it's hiding in baskets of apples. Damn this brush and the fact that it's just deciding that it doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Is it because the smoothing is up? I turn the smoothing down. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. Oh.
Turn the smoothing off.
Stupid smoothing. Yes. Thank goodness. That was becoming very hard to work with. I'm trying to get the same amount of energy in this expression as I have the first time I drew it.
Trap sprung, hard to capture. What are you going to name your new Pokemon?
Oh no!
Ooh.
What is it?
I'm using the reference I found earlier has a nice pose where she's got like her hip resting against her arm, but then she's got like a twist in the torso. I'm gonna try and do that.
His arms are too big, they're freaking me out! I fixed him. Oh, stretching, stretching, stretching. Ah. Can you believe it's the end of the week already?
No. You lie.
How's everyone's week been? Savio says, I learned to draw legs and hands at school by looking at students at school. That's good, Savio.
That's observed drawing, Savio.
It's called using reference. And it's the best. It's the best way to learn. It's just sometimes a bit awkward when they catch you. And you're like, I was just drawing your hand.
And they're like, why? And you're like, because it's a hand I've never seen before.
Because I need to draw hands. I need to learn to draw hands. And it helps to know what they look like.
Here's the rest of the story. And the girl scared the shit out of Savio.
Yeah. Are you okay? Here's a portrait I did of your legs. Take it.
What sounds like a sick album?
I can't remember what you said, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me neither, so I don't know what. I must have said something.
Something incredibly witty and smart, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. It just rolled off my tongue that I didn't even register it.
Face that, did you get a new TV recently? I mean, that sounds awesome either way. I've never seen a 4K TV, so I don't know how good they are, but I'm assuming they're really good. $300 seems like an okay price, yeah.
It seems fairly cheap.
Oh, this week says, why did you draw my hand? Doig, it's a hand I never saw before.
Oh.
Nice. It would make a good album.
You have a hand I've never seen before. I needed to record it in my moleskin.
Oh, I see, Space. You're borrowing 4K TV at the minute. Yeah, if it's worth doing for you, if it's made a big difference, then you should go for it. I always think that if you're going to invest money in something, it's best to invest money in something that you're going to use to work. Because you'll use it literally every day.
So would you use it as like a life drawing aid or something? Get the model up nice and big on the screen.
I'm assuming so. Are there any places you can get like 4K pose reference?
Oh, that's a good question.
You think there would be somewhere?
Yeah. Although it might be like body scans or something, it might cost money to get.
Might still be worth it though.
Like I'm currently working from like pretty much a thumbnail from a site that you need to pay for.
Oh, that's a good site though. I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, increasing brush size, getting down to business. To defeat Aaron. Gosh darn, this pose. The thing is, I'm gonna have to fix it even once I've drawn it, because the pose itself is so unbalanced.
I'm always wary of using the same space that you work at as like a recreation thing. Like I've done that for a while because I started getting Steam games and stuff. My workstation became where I played games, and I think it actually becomes a little bit too much of a temptation for me. I ended up uninstalling some of the games that I used to just be like, I'll just play 50 minutes here.
Yeah.
And now we have our game consoles upstairs in a whole other room.
We still have terrible habits of watching things while we work.
Yeah,
which slows down work.
Yeah.
Which is something that we need to learn to get over.
To curb. It's like I need some sort of background distraction.
Do you need it, or do you just want it?
Mixture of both. Like.
Do you think you could do good work without it?
Yes, but it feels like I need something there to keep my brain quieted.
Sounds to me like you think you need it rather than actually needing it. It's a nice sketch, by the way, Mike. I like that a lot.
It's based on that one.
Yeah. Like, there's been a couple of days when we've actually turned the internet off. And on those days you always do really well. I've been playing a lot of Thumper recently. It's such a good game. It rewards you more and more with more satisfying rhythms and moves as you keep going to advanced levels. Thumper looks really cool. I'd really love to give that a go. Sorry, not Hardic. Savio says, how can you watch and work? It's pretty hard, actually. Generally, I tend to just listen and work.
Yeah.
Rather than watch anything and work. So, the thing will be on in the background and I can glance over it. But in general, I'm just listening to it. But it is distracting. Savio. I do notice that I work slower when I have stuff on. I don't know if it's like a security thing.
Hardic, I have a controller, like an Xbox 360 wired one, if you want it.
Send it to you.
Yeah.
We have loads of them. Back when Mike was making his game, it was multiplayer, so he needed a ton of controllers to be able to play test it.
Yeah. So if you want one, let me know. Thumper's a good little rabbit. I like the bit when Bambi said butterfly and saw a butterfly and said bird. It's like the original. Is this a pigeon?
It's a slightly different Thumper, but still pretty awesome. Somebody was asking about the cat cam.
Yes. We did, yeah. Although she's been like, she ran away scared earlier.
It is just a webcam. Also.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Where'd the matches go? Oh, you've got them.
Why do you need the matches?
Because I was going to summon the cat.
Oh, I see. I always feel bad doing that though.
Well, I'll give her treats.
Do you have any treats to give her?
They're up there.
Are you gonna go get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just...
Mike doesn't want you seeing his grotesque feet as he walks away. His awful, gnarled stumps of feet. That's okay, Hannick. You're not already using them. Not anymore. Okay, Aaron, I'm going to move your torso over a bit. Why is this so hard to draw? I don't understand. Seemed like it was going to be easy. It's always the easy things you think are going to be like trying to animate or to draw that get you. You know what that might do? Let me check.
What's that? It's good. She's gonna attack me now, I'm sure. Ah, it's super glowy. I didn't realize you'd be so glowy. You're so glowy. I know. I know. There you go.
She's like, more.
Kick the camera away. I'll give her 3.
Aline says, anyone here listen to the DIY animation podcast? Aline, I haven't listened to it in a while. How's it going?
Oh my god. I like put it there so she would eat it in front of the camera and she batted it away.
Oh my gosh. She went mad.
You ate it. It's gone.
That's where it's gone.
She's like looking around like,
what happened to it?
Where did it go?
You ate it.
Yeah, right on. There you go.
Did they go somewhere, Eileen? Did they stop doing it for a little while?
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh, right. I didn't realise.
That bad? She was totally asleep on your guitar case again.
Yeah. I feel like I should curb that habit, but it's really adorable.
It's so adorable.
Like, not only did she slept on my guitar case, she's also thrown up on it twice. I'd just like to point out.
She's gone into sniffer cat mode.
Ah, there was a hiatus.
Bye, Buffy.
Bye, Buffy. Okay, this is working okay, I think.
Well, that was a fun aside. Like, she was properly just out cold upstairs.
Aww.
But as soon as I went into the room, she was like, brrr. So I would reward her for waking her up.
What's AMG Plus tips? If anyone wants a good animation podcast too, I recommend Toon Talks podcast, which is a podcast that goes more into the technique of animation than any I've listened to.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she still does interviews with people from the industry, so I believe Eric Goldberg's on there.
Oh.
She has a ton of people on there who are extremely good animators, but she asks them about their actual techniques in animation, not just about their history and what films they've worked on.
Yeah, like how they apply them, what they find useful for their own work. That's really cool. Take care, Stripe.
Oh, night night. Didn't realize you were around. Sleep well.
Lurky Lurkinson. Did I miss anything that I need caught up on? Ah, no, I'm good.
You good? You good, my dude?
Did Doig hit his head on a metallic door?
So many times. Why do you think he's the way he is?
Oh, is that maybe the sound of the stairs?
Oh. I mean, no. Of course not.
What?
Every now and then you should tune into what I'm saying just to make sure I'm not saying anything awful about you.
You're always saying something awful about me. That's why
that's
I tune
not
out.
true. Mike is a very pleasant and nice person. He did something very nice for me yesterday.
Did I?
Yeah. He went to a shop and he brought me back a Diet 7-Up.
I did that, yes.
See? What else did you do? You threw a duck at me.
Steady, man.
A couple of times.
I did not throw a duck at you yesterday. You stole the duck.
Didn't steal him.
And then I took pictures.
Gave him to me.
Took pictures of you with the duck.
Mike's one of those people who's like, "Here you are, have this," and then the next day he's like, "She stole it from me," to everyone. Don't worry, duck. Got a bit at home with me. I'm more honest.
See?
I would never. I would never lie. Thanks, Mike. He also took loads of pictures of me, unwarranted, but that camera had cool forced perspective on it.
Yeah, it did. I don't know how to find where this is.
Can you just hit the arrows?
No, apparently not.
I mean, on your keyboard. No. Oh well.
It looks like it's in some sort of edit mode. So hang on.
AM Plus is an internet radio station where tons of anime VAs and idol groups go on and talk about what they're doing, answer fan questions, and sometimes weird things happen. Are there ever alien abductions?
This looks like a dangerous button.
Suddenly, all the stuff you're not allowed to show comes up.
Yeah. Next. Let's go.
If you're ever working on NDA projects, guys, and you stream, be sure to keep them all in separate folders.
Well, I thought it'd be more dangerous because I don't know what photographs I'm taking with this thing.
Oh, have you been taking saucy photos?
No.
You're taking saucy photos?
It's more like I don't know what's about to come up, so I'm not.
What are you scared of coming up? Huh? What are you afraid of? What have you been doing?
I'm going to find one that's embarrassing to you.
I'm going to look through all your photos afterwards to find out what you've been doing.
Here's one. Can I show that one?
Only if you zoom in on the face.
Okay.
Oh my god, what am I doing? I didn't even know I could pull that expression.
That's like the Donald Trump expression.
It is a bit. I look like Donald Trump.
I don't know how to zoom.
It's going to be very small on their screens.
Like, there's my frappe. And there's a microphone.
This must have been another day.
This was another day, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm wearing a different t-shirt. How did I do that?
You're so fast between frames.
That's when I had the long hair.
Okay, see you, Tibbs.
Bye, Tibbs.
I'll find an embarrassing one of me.
Maybe
to make up for it.
Maybe you should stop embarrassing us with photos. Have you thought of that? That's an option too, you know, to just stop showing embarrassing photos.
It is, yeah.
Keep going. I'd say these are some good photos of you.
Yeah, but our place is a mess in them.
You're a mess.
This was me in the midst of painting drama. I think there's one with me wearing a cowboy hat. I'll try and find that. Here it is. This is mid-crunch, so you can see everything's a mess. Drawing board here, keyboard here. This down in the middle is like...
Isn't it a shield? That we made out of cardboard.
Yeah, so I made this shield to take reference of because I was doing a piece of art featuring Medusa, which I have somewhere here. Doig made a shoe. A shoe?
A shoe?
I don't know what you mean, Sam, yeah. Where's the reference with me holding the shield? Oh, there we go. So there's me holding the shield and the sword, because I'm badass like that with my left hand. And this was
Legend of Zelda painting with his reference.
It wasn't, but this was like the painting I was doing. Which was Medusa like laying over a statue. And this was Perseus in the background in low values. So this was like really roughed out version of him. Oh, when I say shield, it sounds like shoe. I see.
Aha.
Yeah, I never quite finished this. Very nice progress on the painting, Doig. Very impressive. You mean like not for it to progress to this? I'm guessing. You know what? Now looking at this, I would probably add in just one layer and levels and adjust this a bunch more. Like I'd probably blow that up so it was more legible. Yeah, she's a regular beat jangle.
Hey you.
Same.
You gotta spend all that time with the keyframe trying to get them good, guys. Trying to get them to Doig.
Doig.
To Doig.
I really wish we could have some sort of camera that could follow her around. At least in this room.
Poor cat. No privacy.
No, it's true. It's true. Now I feel really bad.
Yeah, you should. I'm glad. morally questionable.
No, I genuinely actually feel bad for her.
How come?
Well, it's an intrusion in her privacy, and she doesn't give any permission for it to happen.
It's true. She has signed nothing, and yet you're taking advantage of her.
She's gonna jump out the window.
She's not. Why do you always get so tense every time she goes near a window? She literally can't fit through.
She's sneezing. She's gonna fall.
She couldn't if she tried. She's gonna fall what? Into the window pane. It's basically closed. Every time the cat gets near the window, Doig just stares at her for the next 20 minutes looking really, really tense. Even though, I'll do an illustration for you. Here's the window. This bit is open, that I'm shading in now. And this is the cat.
This is just a massive fat cat.
And every time he's like,
It's wider than that.
I can't actually even see the outside through the gap because the gap's so small. I literally don't think it's basically closed. I'm sorry, I misrepresented the gap. It's much smaller than that.
But it's like 7 floors up. I'm scared.
It's more like...
It might malfunction.
What might malfunction? The cat?
Yeah.
It's more like that.
What is she doing?
She's sitting by the window and enjoying the air.
Oh, oh, oh.
She's jumping down now. Oh no, Mike, she fell. The only way she could fall. In towards the room.
One day I'll have the same level of concern when you go up to a window, and then you'll appreciate me.
I don't think I will appreciate you being like, get away from the window when it's basically closed. You could say that he worries because he cares, but he really only worries because he wants a Buffy cam so that more people come to the stream. It's all marketing.
That's not true.
He knows that the only reason people come is because of Buffy. Spacer says, one day I shall be like your kitty. And then Savio says, India, Doig's just worried.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool you, Savio. It's true, we can't resist the beeps.
They're pretty good beeps.
They're too adorable. What are we meant to do?
She can now associate like the sounds of the fridge with food being prepared, so you'll hear her just like scurry up the stairs if she hears you're doing something with the fridge now.
I like the other hero with a little bell though, it's adorable.
Oh yeah, for sure. I especially like it when she sneezes in rapid succession, and it's like psh, bling, psh, bling, but really fast.
Aww.
Or the times where she's just like walking and she like shakes her head. I love that because she's just like, brr. It's so fun. Bling.
I love it when she falls out of windows. Going space.
It's really funny you said that at that exact moment because the piano is like ding.
Yeah, Indy's really a villain. Oh, I don't know if she has to definitely take her bell off. We've never done it. Maybe her head would fall off. Maybe it's the only thing keeping her together.
Do you notice that her collar is loose?
Yes, because she's such a small cat.
So I'm guessing like she used to fit her, and it's just never been taken off. Maybe the vet takes it off. I don't know.
And SpaceEd says, did you guys ever see the music video Eric Andre made back in 2014 for Thundercats Cat? The Thundercats Cat? Do you mean Snarf?
No, I've never.
We've never seen it. Angie, would you like to see a duck at the edge of a 7th floor high window? Yeah, Savio. I like to flirt with danger. I guess it must have fallen out, like...
Where is he?
Mike's like, where's the duck? I'm like, he's gone out the window. Like,
he was sitting here, though.
No.
Where is he?
Who?
The duck. Is he, like, on your chair with you? He's just sitting next to you. How long have you been planning this revelation?
Happens. It's just how we sit, bro. It was just a really bizarre love anthem for a pet cat who's named Turbotron over 9000 Baby Jesus Sally. Or Turbotron, or Tron for short. Oh my gosh. I've never seen the Eric Andre show. I don't actually know who Eric Andre is.
Oh. I think I've seen some of his stuff. He makes his guests feel like really uncomfortable.
So you come on to them.
Have you ever seen Between Two Ferns?
Yes.
With Zach Galifianakis? It's kind of along the same vein as that.
Oh, it's like making fun of them.
Yeah, but it's more like if it's the same guy that I'm thinking of, it's like he just goes off on crazy tangents. And the guest just becomes the audience as well.
Doig, would you like seeing you on a 10th floor window edge? Sure, you love that.
Get away from the window ledges already.
I'm not actually there.
You're so close to a window right now.
I know. It's in the same room. Eric Andre is like Between Two Ferns meets Jackass and David Lynch. That sounds intense.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure in one he pretends to die.
He pretends to die?
Yeah.
How does he die?
I don't know. I'm just making that up. I'm sure he would have done that though.
If that's like a talk show, more like a surrealist agit-prop art project. Sounds kind of fun.
Doig, would you like to see a window at an edge?
Yeah, Doig. Or do you not care about the windows themselves?
No.
Doig in his panic about windows. I'm just going to put you in a box with no windows, and you will never have to worry.
I think I would die.
Are you saying that windows are an important part of health?
I'm saying if you put me in a box with no windows, it would be completely dark.
Yep.
And there would be no air getting in.
Is that how you want Buffy to live?
No.
Or is she allowed to breathe air from me with a crack of the window?
I just don't like her sitting here.
Mike doesn't like anything. He's a very good and responsive stream partner as well.
I respond.
There you go! You did.
Were you going to say, I like that when I say that you just sit there and look at me and say nothing?
Yeah, you literally say nothing.
I do respond though.
Well then, I guess I was wrong.
You're often wrong. I just don't let you know a lot of the time.
I'm never wrong. That's what he really means. He's just jealous of how little I am wrong.
I'm not jealous of how little you are.
You should be! I'll bite your ankles, I swear. Punch your kneecaps.
Punch my kneecap.
I will. Punch them out, how dare you?
I just...
Bring my height into it. It's a literal low blow. So cruel. You insult me and you won't let me near windows.
You can go near the window. You're not gonna fall out of it.
Well, I bet.
Can't climb up
I'll show you!
Can't climb up on the ledge.
Can too.
No.
Can too. I'll show you. I'll prove you wrong.
Stream is fire. Fire, fire.
Fire, fire, fire. Fire, fire, fire.
So,
Savio is all about the safety. I appreciate it, Savio. You do know I'm keeping the stream going.
what are you working on? And specifically for your Grumps animation just now? Who are you animating?
Am I animating?
Who are you animating?
Aaron.
What's he doing?
He's sneaking across. Well, not sneaking. He's plodding across the floor and trying not to step on the broken pieces of jello.
Oh, I love that part.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure the frames work, you know. Because I could screw it up and make it not read and look bad if I don't do this well. So I'm trying to get the keyframes. I've been on the same keyframe for a really long time. Just trying to get it to read as well as the storyboard does.
You like some sort of animation teacher.
I'm just an animator, but this stuff is hard.
No, you're teaching the frames how to read.
Very good. It's very good.
You're
I like it.
teaching the animation how to read.
I am. Teaching this animation, it's ABCs. It is difficult though.
Is it lemon difficult?
It is difficult, lemon difficult. If I were to choose a phrase to describe it, then maybe the phrase that I would choose.
Maybe you're overthinking it. Maybe you just need to lean into it and be like, bap, bap, ba-dap, that's it.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely feel like there's an element of the faster I do it, the more likely I am to get something I actually like. Like, whenever I try and draw final drawings, they often lose a lot of the life that they had. It's difficult though, because I also want to nail it down for myself, so I can...
Savvy, what the hell are you talking about?
He's asking advice. He says, guys, how do some guys just go up to girls and talk?
Second sentence.
Sometimes even pet them. Savio, this is an important life lesson. Girls don't tend to like that.
Yeah.
Like, girls don't tend to like being approached by people who want to, like, come on to them. It's not a good technique. It freaks us out a little bit. Your best bet is just to be in a club or something which revolves around a hobby that you enjoy doing, and to meet girls naturally through the fact that they're also interested in it. And then you can walk up to them and talk to them anytime because you guys are friends. But walking up to random girls and talking to them is kind of weird. Or at least it always has been for me. Oh, if they're friends? Why would you find it hard if they're friends? I normally start off with a wave, just to let the person know that I've seen them. I give them a chance to see me and recognise me and be like, oh, it's the person from this, or I know them from that. And then I will talk to them and be like, hey yo, how's it going? I'll normally say how's it going and then I'll say what I'm up to. I'm like, I'm just out going to the park, or I'm just picking up some groceries, or I'm just on my way to the bus stop. And then they'll normally tell me what they're doing.
I love this little like soap opera you got going there.
Yeah.
And then what happens, India?
And then I say, oh, that's interesting. I have some kind of response to what they said they were doing. Like, and I'll try and make a conversation out of that. So if they're like, oh, I'm also going grocery shopping, I'll be like, oh, I hate it when you're down to the last thing in the fridge and you have to eat it. I'm not really bad at conversations in this. I won't say that to them. I'll say, gotta get some spaghettis. I'm gonna try and cook. Okay. Bye! And then I run away. And that's a successful conversation.
Lesson delivered. Ali's like, I also do grocery shopping sometimes.
That's how you have a natural conversation with someone.
The best part of that was the pause, and I usually reply with
oh. I'm the best person at conversations.
Ali's like, I also do grocery shopping, mostly when I need food. Isn't it interesting? Oh man.
It's very interesting.
India does not do well.
It's very interesting. You'll find it very interesting that you're shopping right now.
The way you framed that was like, and whatever they tell me, I tell them it's interesting.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Very much.
Oh, I'm just on the way to like bury my cat.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I just meant I tried to put some kind of response that's to do with what they said they were doing. It's a good way to tell if a cat is strange, they said. It's a good test.
But yeah, in general, if you want to go up and talk to someone,
and your friends.
Yeah, then it shouldn't really. You should have done that a number of times before.
But maybe Savio hasn't. Maybe. So now it's time for Savio to learn to do it. I wish you were there, Savio, so you could practice. The main key, Savio, the main thing, is just don't treat girls different to the way that you treat boys. Just treat everyone like a person.
Treat girls and boys and everything in between the same.
Mhm. Pretty much.
Okay, fine, I'm not petting anyone.
I know that the cats are very hard not to pet because they're so adorable. I can never resist. And he says, you know, I've been kind of annoyed at the movie. I'm waiting to see which movie this is. I'm in great suspense. How to talk to girls at parties. Just because of that title. Yes, I can understand why that would be annoying.
Yeah.
I think if a frat guy is what you are and how you act usually, then don't be afraid to be that way around girls. Girls are just people too. Girls can have crass senses of humour too. However, if that isn't who you are, then don't pretend to be that. Just be yourself. Because you are lovely. You're lovely.
You're lovely just the way you are.
I think they stop counting Savio. I think Savio is proud of himself. And so you should be, Savio. The more girls you talk to, the more you realise that girls are just the same as everyone else. Here's a question, says Space Dad. Why are women? Well, I'm not sure.
Why are women?
Yeah. I gotta say, I don't have a ready answer for that question. They just are, I guess. Why are men?
They're social constructs.
Why is anyone?
He's been studying at a boys-only school up until this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Savio's never interacted with girls before, which is probably why it feels like a big thing. And don't get me wrong, Savio, it is a big thing because you're overcoming, like, your own reservations, and it's great to see you develop that confidence, and it's awesome, and you should be super proud of yourself. But the more you talk to girls, the more you will realise that they're just people. They're kind of the same as guys. So let's see. Space Dad said, I did hear a woman who works at Pixar talk about her experiences and how the industry has changed since she entered it. She didn't realise before that her perspective was truncated as much as she did. I'd like to hear more. Like, tell me more about this perspective and why it was truncated and what you learned. Ah, here we are. Faye said she was in an industry dominated by men and had to conform to stuff that men are into and didn't realise her own women's perspective was truncated by not being able to confer with other women. I mean, the way that I would see that is more that men tend to act a certain way because of the way that they are taught to act. And so the women's perspective that's missing is something that you could get from a man, except men are often scared to express it because they feel like they have to act like men, you know?
It's hard.
Yeah. Like, honestly, Space Dad, it takes being a woman to know, but really we're not the way that you guys seem to think that we are. A lot of the stuff that we're meant to like as women, we don't like or have any preference for, but it's forced onto us a lot of the time.
As a general sweeping statement, like, not all women like what is perceived to be womanly things.
That's true. Some do, for sure. I definitely don't mean to generalise. I don't mean to generalise about men either, so I'm sorry about that. I don't want to put anyone into a box because I realise that there's so many different people of so many different genders and so many different perspectives that it's really hard to take one person who is this or that and say, well, this is the way you are, you know, as an ethnicity or as a gender. I think a lot of the stuff that people believe is taught to them by societal constructs. And also, I'm sorry that if I'm a little bit touchy on the subject, it's simply because this week's been crazy for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming off a week of, like, every single day there's been something on my Twitter feed that's made me really angry. But I need to chill and calm down. Audrey says Indy's favourite colour is pink. Don't set me up. Why you do this to me? I like to think Space said that it's just men need to realise that diversity is a good thing. And it's not so much that we need women, it's more just the fact that we shouldn't exclude people deliberately. Like, if naturally that just happens, that's fine, but if it's happening because of certain things that are making people feel excluded, then it's not great, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I definitely think boys' club is a harmful way to think, but also girls' club is a harmful way to think. When people assume that an industry or a thing is just for girls, and 90% of the workers are girls.
Yeah.
Like, that's also harmful.
Yeah. Assigned roles and functions based on gender is that, like...
It's archaic, and it perpetuates that societal myth that is so sort of insidious in the way that people think. It's so, like, just gets in there and lodges itself in there and colours the way that people see themselves and see others. Yeah, Space Dad, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and that figure study's looking gorgeous, Mike. I actually really like the way that you had the darker line around the edge. It reminded me of like a Norman Rockwell or something.
Darker line where?
You had like an outline on the chest. Like just a single thickness line that was going around it, almost like a cartoon. But it reminded me of Norman Rockwell because it had that realistic rendering inside.
Okay, I don't have that, it's all on there.
That's okay.
I'll check back on the stream now.
Yeah, Savio, take your time. Don't force yourself. Oh, night, Space Dad. Thanks for your help today with like getting Dylan's feet with animation and everything. Best of luck with your studies. I hope they go well. Oh yeah, heartache, that sounds really hard to deal with. I mean, a lot of times it's just a combination of the way that people are taught to think and the way they're brought up and their own insecurities.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's a fear of being perceived one way or another by an external group.
Yeah, like if they know that everyone around them is gonna treat them badly if they did come out as being gay, then it's much easier to fit in and join that crowd than it is to stand up. And you don't want to be okay with something that no one else around you is okay with because it puts you...
Yeah, I was meaning like parents actively preventing their kids from playing with certain toys if they're perceived to not be for their gender.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you wouldn't want to play with that, that's for girls.
And who decided that? Was it the kid?
Yeah.
Or was it the marketing company, you know? It just sucks. Like, let the kids play what they want to play with. Ooh, Space Dad will be animating a lot over a period of 6 months of intense portfolio building type work.
I remember growing up, and I grew up in the time when like the first series of Power Rangers kind of made it into the West.
Yeah.
And I think I had a couple of the Power Ranger, like they had figurines or dolls, effectively. I had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at it like it's exactly the same object, pretty much, as a Barbie. Like it's the same articulated joints kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same way you play with them. It's just that perception that one is one and one is the other.
Yeah. One comes with weapon and accessories and one comes with a hairbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly how some people say or take stances against things just so that they fit into the larger crowd. And I don't necessarily blame them because I understand the instinct to do that. And I feel like I've probably done that in my life as well at various points, but I always try to think of how it must feel to be one of those people who is not being accepted by people armed Ken dolls.
Yeah. I mean, you really think about it, what is more abnormal? Kids being given something where it replicates a home situation, or kids being given toys that replicate a violent situation in which people are killing and getting killed.
Well, I mean, they're both kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you put them like that. But more it's like a fantasy situation, I find. You know, toys are meant to be escapism, meant to allow kids to imagine things and worlds that are not just their own. You know, imagine grand adventures.
Yeah. Yeah.
And feel like they're living those and breathing those and being involved in those.
That's why I like Lego.
Lego's great.
And Connects and stuff. It's like you could build whatever you wanted. You had like the building blocks to imagine stuff rather than being given a
template.
Yeah, preconceived thing to play with.
Yeah. The thing which freaks me out the most is the baby dolls that little girls get given, where they act like real babies and you, in air quotes, play at changing its nappy and feeding it and like burping it and stuff, and it's like, what are you training these girls to do?
Become mothers.
Like, what is this fantasy you're constructing for them where like they're raised literally from 2 years old to wheel around a baby in a pushchair?
Yeah.
That's really, like, I see 2-year-olds wheeling around babies in pushchairs and it's so weird to me. It's like, oh my god, that's really quite strange.
Like, give the kid a chance to grow up before trying to instill maternal instincts.
Pushing babies on them this young? Like, really weird. Very strange.
I knew someone who, when they were quite young, like let's say were 8 or 9, like their ambition, I guess, or like what they said they wanted to do when they grew up was like get married and have, I think it was 2 children or something.
Yeah.
Married and have children, and that never computed with me. But the path that person's life took caused a lot of trauma for them because they did have kids, but they lost them.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and like that's the kind of like it shook their.
I mean, I think that's fine
character
though.
To the core. Like
if that's what you want, then that's fine. It's just I don't like pushing on everyone. Eileen says, I don't know, Lydia, it's something really useful when you get siblings. Learning to hang around a baby as an older sister or brother. We played with baby dolls much more every time my mum was expecting. I never thought about it like that, Eileen. That's a good point. I can see how that would be kind of useful, yeah.
I guess you wouldn't have been in a scenario where that was
no
a thing.
As an only child, it's not a perspective I really had.
Because the onus isn't like teaching kids not to harm the baby and stuff.
Yeah.
Look after the baby.
I mean, I would assume
it's like a surrogate sibling sometimes.
Yeah, I can see how it's useful. I would assume that people who aren't given baby dolls to play with, such as a lot of little boys, would still grow up to be good brothers.
Yeah.
And learn how to handle babies just through having babies around. But I can see where you're coming from with that. It's cool. It's a perspective I've never considered before.
I was 9 by the time my sibling turned up.
Yeah.
So, my experience of learning how to handle a baby was, here, hold her. Like, okay.
Yeah, exactly, Eileen. Both should be able to do it as well. That makes complete sense. I think when you are expecting, it is a good idea actually to get like one of the baby doll things, just because you can help if your kid's young. It can help them get used to this thing that's going to be around. But I don't agree that it should be gender based, whether you get one or not. Space Test says, I like the kids who, when asked about what they want to be when they grow up, say something bizarre or inanimate object like, I want to be a fire truck. Yes! Go, child! Live your dream!
Can be whatever you want to be.
Can be a fire truck. That's awesome. You can say something annoying, Savio. Don't worry, babies scare me too. Babies scare me simply because I never grew up with them. And I haven't had many opportunities to interact with them. And I'm scared that I'm going to break them. So I don't know what to do with them. I've had no baby training.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so don't worry, you and me both are scared of babies.
So that's the point of view where you're coming at with this as well.
Yeah. Like, you can imagine someone who's, like, not interacted with babies a whole lot, seeing 2-year-olds go around burping babies and wheeling babies around in pushchairs and stuff. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
From my perspective, it seems as though it's training them to be a mother before they've even had chance to live for more than 2 years on the earth, for goodness sake. But Aline has a good point about when it could be useful to do that.
Yeah, because usually babies are created in quick succession. Usually.
Created!
Conceived.
It's true, although it's interesting that it wasn't that case with you, because you were 9 years before.
Separate fathers was the main reason.
I guess so. Still though.
Yeah, like, I guess if that path hadn't been taken, maybe my dad would have had more kids.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
He's pretty much like stand-in dad for my other siblings anyway.
I think your dad has enough kids.
Yeah.
Now. I think he kind of is the father to the rest of your family, as well as their natural born father.
Yeah, I think he's taken on that mantle. My family structure is not conventional, but it seems to have worked for a lot of people for a while, with some hiccups.
Mm-hmm. Space said that's a good point too. I think that's one of the reasons why getting pets is good when kids are young too, is because it cultivates empathy. Like, you learn that you can hurt things.
If you're not careful with them, yeah.
Yeah, like, you pull the cat's tail and the cat turns around and hits you and you're like, oh no, now I learned a life lesson.
Are you speaking from experience there, India?
I'm just saying.
Did you just like little toddler India like bap, 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 cool.
Oh my god, my cats were so patient to put up with me, because I would just do stupid stuff to them all the time, and they were like very, very patient with me. I did get a couple of scratches every now and then though, and it taught me that there are consequences to being an ass to things.
How come you didn't take that forward into the very loving relationship that you have with me?
How dare you?
If I had a tail, oh my gosh.
I know that I could be an ass to you, but it's fine for you to retaliate.
I see.
I expect it. I'm ready.
You're ready.
Hardik once decapitated his sister's Barbie doll because she didn't let me grab it. It felt good. I was probably born to be a murderer, but I am stuck with art now. Animation has saved so many people from the wrath of Hardik.
I think the good feeling was probably from getting one over on your sister than it was the actual act.
I don't know, Hardik, I'm there with you. I mean, not to bring the stream down a peg, but...
What?
But my parents used to come into my bedroom to find all my toys hung from the bed frame. Because the regular game I would play with that one of the toys would be in jeopardy. And for some reason hanging them with socks was like the way in which a lot of them were in jeopardy. So...
Did little India not understand that's not jeopardy, that's...
Well, they didn't always make it every play session. Sometimes it was a tragedy, you know?
If you were hanging them by the neck, it kind of begins a tragedy.
Yeah, well that's how it ended. I just didn't take them down after the session.
The session?
The play session!
Experiment 424.
No!
They're starting to rebel?
It was mostly Bambi who got the noose.
It's mostly what?
Bambi. I had a Bambi toy.
You hang Bambi?
Yeah.
You hanged Bambi?
I done hanged him.
Hangby.
But I turned out okay.
What did Bambi do?
Nothing. It was just that they were kidnapped by the evil person. Like, they didn't do anything.
And then they were hanged?
Yeah. If the other toys didn't get to them in time.
It's not jeopardy, it's decapitating.
Hardik, you are a monster. Don't worry, we all want to do stuff. I don't tend to want to choke people, but I do sometimes want to punch people in the face, but I don't do it. Because I realise that that's not the most constructive response.
That's against the law.
It helps me grow as a person to have to take a breath, take a step back, and be like, this person is not, like...
Sorry.
Okay.
I just heard that where you're like, it helps when I have to take a breath and take a step back, so I have a run-up.
No, I just have to remember that they're a person too, and they're probably dealing with stuff. And I don't know where this stuff, like, where anything nasty they're saying is coming from. But it's probably actually not anything that's all that personal to me. It's probably more just something that they're dealing with. And it's not going to help them. I'm not saying some people don't deserve to be punched, but I don't want to be the person to do it. Even if secretly I do. Wow, this conversation's getting dark.
Yeah.
At least you have friends at school, Savio. People who like you. And you have us, and we all think you're awesome. You know what's better than to slice? To be nice. That's my helpful slogan. When you get the urge to slice, just be nice.
When you get the urge to slice, just be nice.
There you are. I've already prevented murders of galore through just that one helpful bit of advice to people. Oh, Hardik, you gotta see where he's coming from too, though. I'm sure that he's just doing it because he cares about you all. Although I know that doesn't help. I don't know your family situation. But I know that in general, even if people are asses, and even if they go about it the wrong way, they're generally trying their best. And if they're being complete asses and nasty to everyone all the time, it's normally because they've got some deep insecurity within themselves. Yeah, if he's verbally abusive, Hardik, I can see why you'd get really annoyed. It sounds like it's not a great situation. But don't worry, at some point you're going to have more control over your life and where you go and what you do.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, and then you won't need to stick around places where you don't enjoy the company anymore. The thing that I can say to people, 100%, when they feel like they're in a bad place or surrounded by bad people, is that things will get better. Keep going after what you want and being a good person, things will get better. Eileen will slice them mercifully. That's nice, right? I mean, the slicing and the knifing is kind of a one or the other scenario. It's not really a you can combine them and it'll be fine type deal. But I appreciate that you're trying to learn, Eileen.
Trying to learn.
It's good to ask these questions. Yeah, it's Hardik, you're right. It's still not a reason or a right to be an ass to someone who can't protect themselves. 100%. I agree with you. I think Helene might be an assassin for hire, actually, Hardik.
How do you think she pays for all those
statues? Where do you think the statues come from, Hardik? Has there ever been anyone that you've wanted to physically assault, Mike?
Yes.
Do tell.
Mostly just bullies in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same for me.
I think, my mum always said, like, eventually I would just snap, and, I don't think I, really understood what that meant. In that I felt like I would just, like, my anger would build up so much that I would lose, like, logic, the capacity to effectively lose control.
Yeah.
And it never really happened, and I think really you don't really lose control, you just decide fuck it and just do something anyway. Yeah. But I was always waiting for that thing of like at the point I can just take my hands off the wheel and something will happen.
Yeah.
And it never did, because I was too convinced that that's how anger worked.
That it's just gonna happen someday.
Yeah, and that I didn't have to make a conscious choice to flip out.
I think it did you some harm.
I think it did, yeah.
Mentally, that you spent your entire time waiting to snap. But I think now you still have a lot of pent up rage where you're still in some capacity waiting to snap.
Yeah.
But you don't know how else to get that anger out.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'd say you should take up boxing or something.
Boxing?
Yeah.
I don't like the boxing. There's a lot of actually hitting someone else though.
I wonder if you could just do it for training though. You know, like punch bags are the main thing I'm thinking of, just that they look really fun to take anger out on.
Yeah, punch bag would be really cool. That's something that I noticed, like things that I wanted growing up weren't there, and then when I left home,
yeah,
and then I go back and it's like, oh, my brother has a punch bag now.
You could have got one.
Like, it's like just a weird sense for me where it's like, oh, that would be really useful. And I kind of wanted one growing up.
Did you ever ask for one?
I don't remember whether I did or not. I just remember.
You saved up to buy one?
I feel like there might have been one, but it never got hung up or something. Something like the one that's there might be the one that never got hung up. I'm not sure.
I think you passively waiting for your anger to come out is like a trend of passively waiting for things to happen without actually making them happen. yourself. Like, rather than asking for a punch bag or saving up for a punch bag, you just silently wanted one.
Yeah.
And then got annoyed when it didn't happen, but it happened to someone else.
Yeah.
And it's like, I bet your brother either saved up for one, found it and put it up, got someone else to put it up for him, told people he wanted one.
Yeah, he was active about it.
Yeah. We'll get you a punch bag, Mike.
There might be one in the gym.
Yeah, there might be one actually. We should check. I wonder if you need the gloves to hit it. Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll end up taking the skin off your hands.
Aww. Alex says I often have trouble controlling my hands when I'm in a really rageful argument with someone, and I'd worry I'd hit them and make it worse. I find cuddling with Max is good. That's adorable. Yeah, Max is a good failsafe to fall back on. I also sometimes find myself wanting to hit someone in an argument. Don't worry, never really with my friends, more with people who I have continual arguments with all the time.
Me.
No.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, sometimes I get that feeling too hard. It's not fun. It's just like the realization that you could do it. Like, they're right there. You could do it, but I'm lucky that I have lots of supportive friends and adorable cats to help me out.
Hello. What's your story?
So in the end, I do believe that understanding is much more effective than fighting.
I'll move this back since she likes to walk right up.
Yeah, Savio, it's probably because you're growing up now. And, like, emotions and stuff get crazy when you grow up. It's something like ups in intensity. But I believe you can get through it. We've all made it to the other side. You can make it to the other side too. If it's possible, Savio, you're going to become even cooler. So be prepared for that.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really put that realization into words about like waiting to lose control.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the whole thing of I saw red and then things happened. Like, I was waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
And wishing for it, and it's just like, no, that's not really how I work.
I think everything is a decision in some capacity.
Yeah. Even
people who lose control make that decision to stop holding themselves back. I think when people actually black out, it's more of actually something that's wrong psychologically.
Yeah.
That they should get checked out than it is the norm.
Like, there's... What are you disagreeing with, Aline?
Yes, Aline, tell us. Meow. Hey. Hey, adorable kitten. Aline's one of those people I used to snap and it felt like I had no control or choice. You didn't black out or anything though, right, Aline? Hey!
Oh, hello. There's plenty of food up there. I saw it.
There we are. Hardik also doesn't think it's a conscious decision when you snap. I guess maybe I've just never been at the point of snapping then, because I've always felt like, you know, like having a dog on a lead that's barking and trying to get at something? I always felt like, to me, snapping was letting go of the lead. Just being like, oh, fuck it. I can't be bothered anymore to hold this.
Alright, yeah. I guess. I think I have, if it's called snapping, I have out of frustration and impatience.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like verbally snapping?
No, like I have, like there's two instances where I have violently reacted to something. But they're always like one hit. It's not like I go headfirst into a fight or anything. It's usually just like one decisive blow that is an outburst.
And do you feel like it's something that you let go of, or it just happened? You were like, oh my god, what? I didn't have control of my body right then.
No, it was always... No.
No to what?
Well, it was never like... It didn't feel like snapping at the time, if you know what I mean. It didn't feel like, oh, here we go. It just felt like, I'm just going to hit them once. It probably was me snapping.
You feel like you're in control. Well, not in control, but you felt like it wasn't like it just happened and your body had acted on its own and you had no control.
No, in those instances it was like, I'm gonna do this.
And then you did it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me read what Aline and Hardik are saying, since they have a different perspective on this. Let's see. You can lose yourself when you've got anger issues. Fabio says, it's just uncontrollable anger. And Aline said, well, I did have blackouts sometimes, but it's been really rare. Wow. Aline, I hope you're alright, because that sounds like, I think if I ever had a blackout, I'd be really worried.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem to be fine. You've made it this far, so I don't think it's anything life-threatening, but I would worry about blacking out and losing time. Self-control is an acquired skill, says Aline. Some people don't learn it early as kids for one reason or another. And Savio chips in also self-realization. Hardik's gonna go get new glasses, which sounds like a good plan.
Cool.
See, Hardik, have a great weekend! And may your vision be pure and unfettered by bits of dust and grime.
Yeah.
Or brokenness. Aline says if you learn self-control when you have enough time to think and make a choice. If you learn self-control, then you have enough time to think and make a choice.
I guess I had too much self-control.
But if you're later learning it, you act on violent instinct. Aline says, lol, I'm fine now. Oh, okay. Aline says, I lost years of my life in childhood, but it's quite common going through mental issues. Wow. Like, I wonder what you mean by that. Exactly how you lost those years, but if you don't want to go into it, I understand. That's fine. But yeah, it's good to get a little perspective on it.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you're right, Aline. Maybe it's just a matter of like learning self-control early or not, because I've always kind of felt like I was letting the dog off the leash. And it was more effort to hold it than it was to let it go. So sometimes I was just like, I can't anymore. I just don't have the mental strength to keep being nice anymore. And then it would happen. But I always kind of felt like I instigated that. And afterwards I always felt like I could have and should have held it back. Even though at the time it felt like...
warranted.
Yeah, it felt like I couldn't hold it anymore. Afterwards I felt like I should have made a bigger effort to. But yeah, I think if you and Hardik and Savio are all saying it, then obviously it's definitely a thing.
Yeah, I guess maybe I just was too stoic from a too young an age.
I wonder why. Like, I wonder what it was that taught us
different things.
That we could control anger.
Because I was, I grew up with well, eventually you'll snap rhetoric running around my head.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I wanted to snap and couldn't, and you didn't want to snap and did. You know what I mean? Or like, I did a couple of times, but they were years apart. They were like 5 years apart or something, 5 or 6 years apart. Always involving cues.
Q and Q's.
Yeah, like
it's the Q saga.
Breaking rules sets Mike off or something.
Yeah. Let's see. At least that's all. I just don't remember stuff. It's been really interesting since a few years because I've been kind of investigating my past and talking to my parents and their friends, trying to put some pieces together. It's been weird to learn about stuff that happened that you have no recollection about, but also super enlightening. Like, oh, that explains a lot. That must be so strange, yeah. Wow, kind of learning about yourself in retrospect rather than remembering those experiences.
Yeah.
Must be very interesting. I wonder what it was that caused you to lose those parts, though. That's amazing. Do you find that there is much difference between remembering the experience because you experienced it, or remembering the experience because you were told about it? Do you still feel like the learnings you got from that experience are with you? Or do you feel like because you've got the experience, the learnings that you had are kind of forgotten as well?
And what ages are we talking here that you're missing? Because there's a lot of my childhood that I don't really remember. But I think that's just a memory thing.
Yeah, I mean, parts of my childhood I can't remember just because I was so young. I'm always learning new stuff in the room. From 5 to 12. That's a pretty large amount of time.
Yeah.
Do you just hear from your parents and their friends that you were beating everyone up all the time? And then you bit him. Yeah, I don't think it's abnormal to not remember stuff before 5. After all, neither me nor Mike remember much before then. I have one very clear memory of me painting a sun and being very proud that everything was within the lines. That's kind of it for 3 years old, and then nothing else I remember.
Yeah, not very much.
I remember that I painted a sun within the lines and I was very, very proud of it. And then I went out of school to be picked up by Marilyn, who was the childminder. And she was, of course, picking up Daniel too, who was in like the year above me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Daniel, look at the sun I did. It's all within the lines. And Daniel had a really bad day, I think. And he just like took my picture and was like, yeah, you have. Look, there. And just like pointed out the bits where I'd gone outside the lines.
Aww.
I think that was my first time learning as a kid that like sometimes people can be mean because they have bad things happen to them.
Right, okay.
Rather than because they're mean people.
Okay.
Because Daniel was always like so nice to me.
That was your first critique. Art critique.
That was my first time being like, oh, sometimes people are mean when they're not bad people.
Yeah, because he'd be nice to you all any other time.
Yeah.
Did he apologise?
Don't think he ever did.
Daniel, if you're out there.
You scarred me, Daniel.
You thickened India's skin.
You scarred me. That sun was good.
Fuck you, Daniel. That's
Screw
just
you, man.
That's just the light from the sun escaping its physical bounds.
It was also a weird thought. It was a weird feeling because it was the first time when I was very proud of a piece of art, and then I looked back at it afterwards and was like, you know, this isn't so great. I was like so proud, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, you know, he's right. I just never saw that before. So I guess it kind of was my first critique in a way.
You got shit on.
Yeah, I did. But it made me a better artist.
She always drew suns the best ever since that day.
It's like a sun. It's like just a circle. The simplest thing ever. I was so proud. Shut up.
No, it's adorable. I've just got these mental images of you like toddling around with this piece of paper going, it's done.
Oh, I think it was because... Oh man, I'm remembering things now. Aline, your story about not remembering things is making me remember things from when I was like 5 or something. But I remember in the infant school that I went to, it was awesome because every single coat peg had a picture next to it.
Alright, yeah.
And mine was a sun. And that's how you knew which peg was yours, is you would recognise it by what picture it was.
And you were a sun.
I was a sun. I mean, at the time, like, I grew to embrace it, but at the time I was like, oh man, there's like a dinosaur and a hat, and I get the sun.
Right.
But
Sun's pretty cool.
Ah, see you, Savio. Don't go slicing no one. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Yeah, Alina, I'm definitely forgetting a lot. I have a bit of a problem with short-term memory. BM Motive says your school is awesome, your face is awesome. Thank you.
Your face is awesome.
Aw. Well, you are awesome, my friend. We should probably call the stream though, it's 9:40.
Yeah.
So it's the time.
I'm getting hungry.
Well then.
This head is so bad. I think the neck is too long.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, you remember bits, but not enough to piece together a complete picture of what happened. Yeah, it's like... Oh, we have motive! You're Orlando! Rolando! Well, we're just about to call the stream because we've been going for a long time now.
2.5 hours.
Time to go. But everybody have an awesome weekend. Mike.
Yeah?
Do you remember what you're going to do with the end screen?
Oh, okay. I'm going to put it up now while...
Yeah, rather than wait till we've said goodbye and then just have it going silently.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to use it.
I'm going to use it.
When we say that we're going to call the stream.
Yeah, we just... I think I've muted everything. There we go.
Alright. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have an awesome weekend.
And may the rest
of your weekend with
adventure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
You gotta stop the stream, mate.
Okay.